Hi, I'm Shane.
I'm Kelsey.
And that's Dixie. And we're Love Hut for Life. We've now been on the road for 64 weeks in our self-built slide-in camper / tiny home on wheels. And we've been in Tucson this week picking up some nomadic work.
That's right, guys. This week, Shane has picked up some work as a handyman, and I have started us down a new business venture. I hope you guys enjoy this week's video. Please leave us a comment below and tell us what you think. When we left you last week, we had just arrived in Tucson, Arizona, where Shane had picked up a couple of days worth of work as a handyman. We had found this absolutely gorgeous piece of secluded land just 10 miles away, and we're making ourselves at home.
Over our time on the road, I've picked up several jobs doing things like this where I act basically as a mobile fix-it man or handyman.
While I continued to see what I could make out of all of the crystals that we found in Arkansas about a month ago.
Not a bad gig, and with a drive like this to end the day every day, a boy has nothing to complain about.
Just in time to watch the sun go down and enjoy a few beers.
I don't think I could ever get sick of waking up to this sight.
And the next morning we were off again for what was supposed to be Shane's last day of working in Tucson before we headed west. I'm starting to come up with some impressive wraps in these crystals.
What was supposed to be a 2-day job has turned into 4. Can't complain about extra money though.
We headed back to this little piece of state land that we've been calling home and made it there in time for another beautiful sunset and to sit outside and watch the stars come out over Tucson. Dixie took some coercing to get out of bed this early in the morning again, but once she was up, she was enjoying our beautiful surroundings too. It was time to head back into town and get Shane back to work.
So far I've been hired on to do the trim work on this little outhouse and build a little fence to prevent rabbits from eating the grass, and even do some sheetrock repair on the inside due to an electrical repair. So with a bit of good luck and hard work, my 2-day engagement has turned into a week-long job, which means we get to spend a few more days in this pokey environment.
With 78-degree temperatures, we couldn't help ourselves but to go out and celebrate by enjoying a nice hike through the sunset.
Everything wants to poke you here. They're so pretty. Look at that.
That sunset was one for the record books, y'all. But once it was gone, it started to get cold, and it was time for us to head back for our house. The clouds on the way into work that morning were absolutely incredible and made it worth being up that early.
While working at this property, myself as well as the other builders on site realized that the plumbing in this structure had been done incorrectly, and there was no vent to the drain tube, which meant nothing went down the drain. So I was added the task of finding the drain and adding a vent, which meant this cement slab had to be jackhammered out.
And then about the time it started pouring down rain, it was time for us to go. This time towards downtown Tucson, where we had a package waiting on us from a very special subscriber.
We had no idea what our digital friend would be sending us, but we were excited to find out.
I'm so curious to see what this is.
Me too. It's another envelope.
Is it a note?
It is a very long letter and a check.
What?
Yeah,
No way!
that's awesome. Thank you.
Guys, we continue to be absolutely amazed and overwhelmed with gratitude at how many of you take the time to support us by watching our channel. The fact that someone would be willing to send us money to extend our stay in an area is absolutely incredible to us, and we can't express how grateful we are.
Living our life in this manner with our eyes and our hearts wide open has brought so many amazing people into our lives that never would have been part of it if we wouldn't have just taken the chance to put this big yellow house in our truck.
A little morning fun in the desert, and it was time to get Shane back on the road and back to his big hole in the ground.
Hey look, I found it. With the plumbing fully exposed, I was able to cut out the old sewer line and add in a new one with the vent line added to it.
I continued to work on my crystal wrapping skills. We made it back to our temporary home just in time for another beautiful sunset. We watched the stars come out before heading in for some deer sausage and turnip greens.
Another beautiful morning drive and a long day of work before returning to our desert solitude again.
We, of course, sat outside and took in another beautiful sunset, but then it was time to head inside because I was excited to show Shane what I had been working on all week long.
Kelsey made enough jewelry this week that we are going to be able to start an online business, adding another revenue stream for us on the road.
We were both really excited on the way back to work the next morning because we knew it would be Shane's last day. He had just a little more work to be done and we'd be on the road headed west.
With the help of quick setting grout, I was able to button up this project and we were on the road again, headed to Tucson.
We had a few stops to make downtown, including the post office, where we had 2 more packages that had been sent to us.
Not only has this person changed the course of our lives, they have asked us to be their elves of good deeds, and we are going to continue this across the desert to other nomads, and that part is what I consider to be the biggest blessing.
We ended our week about 30 miles from the Mexican border, excited to see what's coming our way in the coming weeks.
Have a whole lot to be thankful for this week. We both got a lot accomplished in Tucson, and we also received a lot of positive vibes and energy our way.
That's right, guys. We're going to carry that energy into the coming weeks when we go and meet a whole lot of other nomads and people who live like we do and in several different ways. We're excited to bring all of that to you.
If you happen to have any favorite YouTube channels and they're going to be out in the southwestern area of Arizona, let us know who they are and we'll try to meet them for you.
That's right, guys. We want to take the time to say thank you to each and every one of you. You are all more important to us than you will ever know.
Make sure you take a moment and check out some of our other social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, and even a Patreon.
That's right, guys. And also be on the lookout for our new Facebook page, Hatonian Jewels and Jewelry. We're rocking some of our merchandise right now.
We'll see you next week.
Peace out. Have a good one, guys.
Bye, y'all.